When they say that the United States has terrible healthcare, people who are Medicare for All proponents, right? They usually point to two studies. First is a World Health Organization report that it ranked the United States 37th in healthcare. Okay, but here's something that people need to understand about that ranking system. They put us far behind socialized systems, not just like Canada and the UK. We're behind Saudi Arabia and Colombia. And just so you know, we're right neck and neck with Slovenia and Cuba. So you have to ask yourself, hold on a second, there's a wider gap between how good Canada's system is to the United States than the United States and the next two on the list are Slovenia and Cuba? That's because these disproportionately weigh people's subjective polling standards. Do you like your health care plan, which has no bearing on the reality of the quality of their health care?
The criteria they were using was 1, health of the population, 2, responsiveness of the health system to legitimate expectations of the population. That's somewhat subjective, but that is 1/3. Because the 33% that the US really lost marks on was fairness in financing and financial risk protection. I'm pretty sure if whether or not you get treated in America is less likely than if a country existed that was called Lotto-Ganistan. Yeah, for some reason, Crowder cannot believe...
Behind Saudi Arabia and Colombia. And just so you know, we're right neck and neck with Slovenia and Cuba.
What is it with all these guys that say facts over feelings, that as soon as the facts don't match their feelings, they override it with their feelings? But America can't be lagging behind Saudi Arabia. America's the greatest country on earth.
You're debunked. Now let's get to his second point.
Again, it weighs more heavily what people think of their healthcare. So, for example, someone who has a sack lunch that's free from the government consists of Wonder Bread and bologna, right? They might be more satisfied with that sack lunch than somebody who's paid for their own, where they have organic produce, meat, and lean meats and fruits and vegetables. They go, well, you know what? I paid top dollar for this, and the steak's kind of stringy. Where someone's going, I love my bologna and Wonder Bread. It doesn't mean that it's a healthier lunch.
He's comparing a report that used multifaceted methodology with a hypothetical poll on sandwiches. Who's this guy's researcher? The Sandwich King? It's ironic because in this very video he makes fun of the correlation doesn't equal causation argument, so I've just got to point out that there seems to be a strong correlation with countries that have a good healthcare system and life expectancy. Look at the countries at the bottom. Do they even have healthcare systems?
We have a much higher obesity ratio in the United States.
Sure, obesity is the elephant in the room. And you know who has really high obesity rates that are pretty close to America's these days? US. As in us. Probably should have just said Australia. But no, that's because of our small population. And Norway's small population and the fact that they're the same height and weight. Well, by those standards, you know you'd be killing it in the healthcare game. Cambodia. Not many fat kids there. What about Ireland? They're ethnically homogenous. They have even less people than Norway, so by your logic, they should be doing better than Norway. And, no, they're not. It's almost as if we're missing some correlation here. No one's saying that obesity and smoking doesn't play a factor in life expectancy, but if you have a healthcare system where some fatty walks into a nurse's room going, I've got a taco stuck in my throat, you'd probably live longer in a country where the nurse didn't ask. Okay, and horizontal tacos covered in your health insurance policy, or is that just vertical? This isn't my opinion. This is the opinion of some of the most impressive medical experts on earth. So I think I'm going to take their opinion a little more seriously on healthcare systems than a guy that starts each morning drinking a Red Bull.